We have a woman that we serve who has terminal cancer, and she really wants to volunteer her time. She utilizes our services that we fill her heart so much that she wants to give back to the community as well. And it's just moments like that that's like, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and this is what we're right where we need to be.
We're an organization that has been in the community for the last 48 years, and we are really focused in two specific areas: food insecurity, which is probably pretty obvious, and housing instability services to really ensure that people that are experiencing homelessness or are on the brink have the resources they need to be able to sustain stable housing. I've seen and heard a lot this year is just a lot of people really struggling, a lot of people really struggling to make ends meet with the cost of living increasing the way it is post-pandemic. Gas costs more, groceries cost more, rent has went up. The families that we're serving are just feeling more pinched than ever. And so they're reaching out to organizations like Together for help. And, that's put a lot of pressure on organizations like us to meet that need this year, because we're still seeing need that's really similar to pandemic levels. But our resources to meet that need are significantly different in 2023 than what they were in 2021 and half of last year. And so that's posed a lot of challenges for us in meeting that need and in making sure people have food on the table and food in their cupboards.
We need more community members to step up and be a part of supporting Together to close that gap and be that support that the community needs, right?
Absolutely.
Every day we encounter something that really reminds us of why we are here and why we do the job and the work that we do. Even with the heat right now, you would think that would slow things down. I just had a conversation with a lovely woman in the lobby, and I explained that I understood that it was hot outside, and that we apologize because it gets warm being in the front of the building, and they're just so grateful that we are here and that we are serving food because they're in need. And they said that they didn't care how warm it got. They just they need food for their family. So it's little things like that that we encounter. We speak with individuals all the time. That we have a woman that we serve who has terminal cancer, and she really wants to volunteer her time. She utilizes our services that we fill her heart so much that she wants to give back to the community as well. And it's just moments like that that's like, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and this is what we're right where we need to be.
And really showing that everyone has something to give as a part of this, right?
Absolutely.
So for this Hunger Action Month, what do you really want the community to know, to do? What do you need?
From my perspective, Katie, I think, number one, I think every time September rolls around, we really want to utilize Hunger Action Month as an opportunity to really educate our community and really highlight the need that is out there. So many of our community members are impacted by food insecurity, and it's much broader than what most people think. It impacts urban areas, rural areas, all different parts of the city and the state. It impacts, probably, if somebody really, really thought about it and kind of mapped out their circles of influence, almost everybody probably knows somebody that's impacted by food insecurity in their daily life in some way, shape, or form. And so, I think the most important thing we can do is just to get that message out there that there are so many people impacted in our community by food insecurity. And then number two, obviously, we need help. The Togethers of the world, the food banks of the world, we can't do this on our own, especially when we've seen need grow like we have. As an example, Together serving about 400% more people today than we were in 2019. A 400% increase, that's a lot of people. If you picture Memorial Stadium about 70% full, that's how many people walk through our door every year. And so we can't do it on our own. We need our community to really step up and provide resources so we can make sure that those shelves are full of healthy and nutritious food every day when people walk through the door. Because it's not just about, do we have a whole bunch of canned goods on the shelves? It's, do we have healthy, nutritious food that we can provide to families so everybody can eat healthily? Kids have the items they need so their bellies are full when they go to school and they can focus on their studies. Those would be the two critical messages from my perspective. I know Stephanie probably has some thoughts as well.
I mean, definitely, Mike pretty much hit that right on the head. We need people to really step up and to assist us. We cannot do this alone. Through volunteering and donating and all of that time. It's just, it really does take a village to meet the need out there in the community.
As I think about that Memorial Stadium size need and the size of my bank account, do I matter as if I'm giving a smaller gift? What would you tell that donor that's like, this is my first time introducing myself to Together with a gift? What would you tell them?
I would say every dollar matters. Every act or action matters, from dollars that you give to food that you donate to volunteerism hours given. All of those things impact Together and other nonprofits in our community in a very impactful way. If you donate $25 to Together, that allows us to provide meals to many, many families. If you donate a box of food to Together, that's food that we can put on the shelves that we wouldn't otherwise have. If you come down and volunteer, you're a smiling face that's providing hope and dignity to those walking through the door every day, and you might be helping them carry food out to their car or package it up for them to take on the bus with them. It could be just having a delightful conversation with somebody that volunteer might be the only person that they get to talk to that day that gives them a smile, and that means more to them than the food does. So I think all those actions are critical.
It matters. Now, as people are watching this and thinking to themselves, I need to introduce myself to Together and see how I can get involved and how I can support. How can they get connected with you?
Well, several ways. First and foremost, I'll turn it over to Stephanie because she coordinates all of our volunteer activities. So I'll let her talk about volunteerism a little bit, and then I'll touch on some things after that.
Absolutely. We are always looking for volunteers to assist us, stocking our shelves in the pantry, helping in our community garden, just helping that person out to their vehicle. Everything it does help. You can get signed up on our website to sign up for our volunteers. All of those come straight to me, so I'm able to contact that individual and get them on our calendar. And we have a very quick turnover when it comes to response, and it's less than 24 hours. So as soon as they sign up, they send that information over, I'm quick to contact them.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. And we have, those are things that people can do in the building. If people want to organize the efforts at their place of work, for example, or their place of worship, they can host food drives, they can host hygiene kit drives. We have people assemble move-in kits for us. These are like 5-gallon buckets full of cleaning supplies that when we move a new family into an apartment, they have the supplies they to move in for the first time. And then there's a lot of professional volunteer activities as well. If people want to serve on a committee that kind of suits their professional background. And then obviously people can donate on our website. Their financial contributions directly provide support to the Nourish program, which is the program that operates all of our food insecurity programming, largely the pantry in Omaha and Council Bluffs. So there's tons of ways people can participate.